My sisters and brothers, I greet you all with the love and peace of the Lord. I invite you to meditate together with me on the Holy Word of God of 15th February 2023. The pivot, get rid of blindness. The indicative of our reflection in life, all of us suffer from some degree of blindness. Often, we do not see God or others or our own self with clear sight. We need healing from Jesus. Life becomes meaningful when there is progress, change, and renewal. And this can be lasting when it is a steady and gradual process. The subsiding of the flood in the time of Noah was a gradual and steady process. It took time. The healing of the blind man in the gospel was again a gradational process. From the state of total blindness, he came to be partially blind when he could see people walking like trees. Then he became fully sighted when he could see everything distinctly. Many questions may remain unanswered, such as why Jesus led him outside the village. Why did he not heal at a stretch, but in a second phase or attempt? Why did he order the healed blind man not to go into the village, etc.? These may not be unimportant. However, we need not make speculations, but we can draw some plausible lessons and indications. One lesson is that our recovery and restoration is a process that must be progressive and gradational. We need not expect a sudden and total change all of a sudden and at one shot. The fact that Jesus took him outside the village before the healing and he told him not to go into the village after the healing shows a dissociation from the village. This may indicate that Jesus did not want the blind man to be unnecessarily disturbed or distracted by others. Whether before or after the healing, the presence of others may create a situation of needless discussions or apprehensions or judgments. This can take away the main focus on healing. Dissociation from such a situation can make the blind man more focused on his blindness and on God's compassion that restores his sight. Being away from the people can also avoid all the clamor and glamour of applause and popularity at the healing. What is important is not that the people sing his laurels, but the blindness is removed. There is no self-seeking glory. Further, all the simple details in the healing episode indicate the personal touch and concern of the Lord. He took the blind man by the hand. He led him outside the village. He put spittle on his eyes. He laid his hands on the man. Then he laid his hands on the man's eyes a second time, restored sight to him. Then he sent him home. Let us take note of blindness, whether total or partial. At times, we may be totally blind, filled with egoism or indifference. We may fail to see God and others and our own selves. At other times, we may be partially blind by prejudices and lack of clarity. We may misjudge and misinterpret others. And now, the imperative for our life: often we are blind. We do not see God and good. We do not see God as our liberator and restorer. We do not see others with a fraternal eye. We do not see ourselves honestly. We need to regain our sight.